everyone and welcome back to our channel. I hope everyone is safe and healthy. We all know that for long rides, tourers are the best and adventure tourers are even better because they help us conquer off-roads, which is definitely needed when going deep into the remote locations. The most prominent adventure tourers in India are Xpulse, Himalayan and the KTM Adventure. Now in this video, we pick the Himalayan and the 250 Adventure because they are the closest in terms of pricing and we'll help you decide which one is the better for you. So let's begin with the face-off 2021 Himalayan versus the 2021 250 Adventure. And before we proceed ahead into the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Himalayan has been around for a very long time, and the best thing is Royal Enfield is listening to the feedback and improving the motorcycle. The bike is still powered by a 411cc SOSC engine which is oil cooled, and now with the BS6 gets a fuel injection system. This motor has a good low end torque which peaks at 32 Nm and a slightly lower maximum power of 24 PS, which I feel makes it underpowered, but then the torque is so good that you can actually utilize it on off-road adventures. The motor is very smooth and refined, and slight vibrations can be felt over 5000 RPM, which is almost near to the red line. The bike has a very good initial pickup and pulls very well through the mid-range. However, it flats out on the top, which is okay because now the Himalayan can easily do above 110 km/h cruising speeds with a pillion. Now because the motorcycle is heavy and it generates less power for a 400cc engine, the power to weight ratio takes a hit. It might seem that the fuel efficiency will also go down, but surprisingly it delivers equal numbers as that of the 250 Adventure, and with a slightly bigger fuel tank it can go 10 km extra, which is really not much. The main advantage of owning a Himalayan is when you take it on off-roads. Plus, it does aid in lowering the frequency of gear shifts. If you are interested in Himalayan, we have already done a detailed ride review. Click on the icon on the screen and check out our detailed ride review of the 2021 Himalayan. The performance figures on the 250 Adventure are just the opposite. It gets a 249cc DOHC liquid-cooled engine with a very big radiator like on the 390 Adventure, keeping it calm and cool in tough conditions. The motor outputs a maximum power of 30 PS and then comes the peak torque of 24 Nm. Both these figures are delivered in later rev range, which reduces the low end torque on the 250 Adventure. Hence the Adventure series are called soft off-roaders. That means they perform very well on the tarmac and can easily do usual off-roads, but might have trouble in conquering the tough terrains. The motorcycle gets the same engine from the Duke 250. It is few kilos heavier than the Duke, but is definitely lighter than the Himalayan. And because the power is also better on the 250 Adventure, the power to weight ratio goes off the charts, which means the comfortable cruising speeds on the Adventure are way better than the Himalayan. The engine is very refined and the vibrations are very low. It can be felt only near the red line. The power delivery is linear and it delivers a good mid-range punch. So we have also done a detailed ride review of the 2021 KTM 250 Adventure, and if you are interested in this motorcycle, you can just click on the iCard on the screen right now and you will be redirected to our detailed ride review. The motorcycle responds very well to the throttle inputs and has that KTM aggressiveness. It is not that jerky but punchy, and just like the Duke, this one also puts very well through the rev range and then into the next gear. The 250 Adventure delivers a fuel efficiency of around 32 kmpl, which is slightly on a lower side, but a full tank would easily take you around 450 km, which is a decent range for an adventure tourer. The Himalayan still gets a 5-speed unit assisted with our usual wet multiplate clutch. In a way it is good, in a way not so much. The gearing ratio is tall, hence you need not shift frequently. The gear shifts are smooth and precise with a clicky feel. The clutch is on a lighter side, but as always has a long travel, which could be troublesome when stuck in city traffic. I feel that having a 6th gear would have helped in better cruising speeds because this bike is definitely capable of doing so. The gearbox has always been precise and smooth on the KTMs, and the 250 Adventure is not an exception. It also gets a 6-speed unit, which helps in attaining greater top speed while cruising on the highways. The only downside is that the gearing ratio is not that tall, and hence frequent shifts are required, which could be slightly tiresome. It is assisted by a slipper clutch, which makes the things very easy. The shifts are smooth and hassle-free, plus the lever is also light, so you will have no problem using it frequently. This combo of 6-speed and slipper clutch comes handy in many situations, especially where aggressive shifting is involved. The Himalayan gets a dual-channel ABS setup with a 300mm disc brake in the front and a 240mm disc brake in the rear. Both the brakes are precise and powerful, especially the front brake has a good bite. The feedback is also good and helps bring this heavy motorcycle to a halt in no time. Rear ones also do a great job in terms of feedback and bite. The grip from the tires aid in efficient braking, especially on the off-road situations. Although I felt that the ABS intrudes quickly when you pound the brakes. The 250 Adventure also gets a dual-channel ABS, but here the ABS is switchable, so the rider can switch easily between road and off-road ABS, which is nothing but dual-channel and supermoto mode. Just like the 390 Adventure, the 250 also gets a 320mm rotor in the front, which is really powerful, and a 230mm rotor in the rear, which is decent in terms of bite. The rear one has a good amount of feedback to offer, and the front is even better. The moral of the story is, no matter which terrain you are on, the brakes will never disappoint you. In fact, the dual sport tires keep the grip in check and don't lose it on the road or the off-road. The ABS is also reliable and it only kicks in when required. Himalayan justifies its title by having long travel suspensions, 41mm telescopic forks with 200mm travel in the front and monoshock with 180mm travel in the rear. Because of that, the motorcycle gets the highest ground clearance of 220mm in this segment. And don't worry, because the 2021 Himalayan gets scooped out high density cushion seat with which the comfort level goes up, and it is good for the rider as well as the pillion. The seat height has also marginally reduced to 800mm, so if you are above 5'6", you can ride this bike. The suspensions are softly sprung, hence it becomes a blessing in rough terrains. The stability is also good as the motorcycle is heavy. It gets a wide raised handlebar for good commanding posture and neutral set foot pegs, making it very comfortable for long rides. Saddling on this motorcycle is also easy. However, someone above 6 feet might have to slightly bend, or you can always get the handle raisers installed. The suspensions on 250 Adventure are by WP, 43mm upside down forks in the front with 170mm travel, and the rear monoshock by WP with 177mm travel. The motorcycle gets a 200mm ground clearance, and with that is a saddle height of 855mm. So this is a tall rider's bike, and if you are above 5'9", then you could ride this bike with a tiptoe. The suspension tuning is good and it could easily take on bad roads and rough patches. I feel that the suspension tuning is a blend. The moment you start increasing the speed, the suspension behaves in a more stiffer way, helping in better stability and control on high speeds, as well as offer a good feedback so you can take it fast into the corners. This motorcycle just feels like 390 Adventure. It has the same big cushiony seat for the rider as well as the pillion, neutral set foot pegs and a wide raised handlebar, which makes the seating posture upright while leaving no chance of discomfort. In fact, saddling is also easy for someone of my height, and the story is same when it comes to a rider above 6 feet. Both the motorcycles have a very good build and finish. The Himalayan gets Bluetooth connectivity, navigation and compass with a halogen headlight, whereas the 250 Adventure gets a digital black and white console, LED turn indicators and a halogen headlight. Both of them offer big visors, helping in reducing the air drag. The premium finish of the KTM are the backlit switches, and for the Himalayan, it's the dials. The biggest difference between the two motorcycles is still the price, because the 2021 KTM 250 Adventure is still 50,000 costlier than the 2021 Himalayan. So the KTM is offered at 2.51 lakhs ex-showroom Delhi, and the Himalayan is priced at 2,05,000 ex-showroom Delhi. To cover that difference, KTM does offer switchable dual channel ABS, slipper clutch and that 6th gear, which really helps in increasing the top speed. Whereas it still misses out on a compass and navigation with Bluetooth connectivity. Now this is something that Himalayan excels, because Himalayan does get a Bluetooth connectivity with navigation and a compass. So it becomes a more friendly adventure tourer than the KTM 250 Adventure. So if you are still confused, here is my advice. If you are looking for a performance-packed tourer with soft off-road capabilities, then you should definitely go with the 250 Adventure. However, if the top speed doesn't bother you and all you're looking for is torque and off-road capabilities, then Himalayan is a must buy. And don't worry about the wheel type, whether it is alloy or spoke wheel, because both of them have their ups and downs. Now you might be wondering that alloys are weak, but it is not the case now. Alloys are strong, they are lightweight and they do get tubeless tire, which is a great add-on to have on long rides. Whereas in the spoke wheel, we all know that they are easy to repair, but then they do miss out on tubeless tires. So I think you will be just fine. I hope this video was helpful for you. Do give it a thumbs up and do share it with your family and friends. If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update from Rev Explorers. If you still have any doubts or any queries, you can leave it in the comment section below, or you can directly get in touch with us on our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. We would really love to help you out. We'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, please stay home, please stay safe. Take care. Bye bye.